Hey chat, I decided to play the music box version of that song first, and just doesn't hit the same, to be honest. So here's the normal version, because I like this one a lot better. But unfortunately, at some point we do have to get to the stream, so that has to get turned off. Today, we are going to be doing some different touch-ups around the city. Honestly, we are running out of things to add to the city, which is of course a good thing because eventually we do need to move on to a new project, as fun as this one has been. And it's been very fun making this one in particular because of how much everything for YouTube and streaming has changed as far as the content I make and viewership and everything since I started this project. I remember the first few streams of this got a couple views at best. So it's been very nice seeing some of them even get to double digits concurrent, not total, concurrent. And that's super cool. But it is about time we move on to a new project. But I think I have one or two, maybe three more streams left in this one. I was going to add the quarantine zone over here, but I'm starting to think maybe it doesn't really need that. Maybe it can just be as it is. And it's nice the way it is. So the next thing we need to do is get this one done, and this one done, and the metro done. Let's see. So why is chat so empty? No idea today, to be honest. Usually how I do stream starting is I usually wait till there's a certain number of people or a amount of time goes past. And today we actually got to the amount of time going past, so I don't really know. Maybe people will filter in. I guess we'll see. But today we are going to be working on probably the bank first. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna make this work, but no better way to find out how to make this work than to just work on it and hope for the best. So let's get that, and let's swap out all of these windows for real ones so we can let a little light in. Oh, there was a vine on that one. Oops. It's fine. Yes, we want all of this light in here. It's going to make everything look so much nicer. There we are. It's a start. We'll put real glass back in there in a bit. But for now, we need to focus on this area down here and how to make it look nice. So I grab that and put that in those spots. And this is the entryway to our bank. So how do we want it to look? Well, we want tellers. That's pretty important. And of course, we're going to choose the most expensive looking wood in the game. Because it's a bank, and that's how banks are. They make a lot of money. Put all of our tellers over here. And we're going to cut this off a few early so they have a little bit of a back area on each side to do stuff. Whatever bank tellers do. I don't know, like graze on some grass. I think they eat grass or something. I don't know. I've never had one as a pet. But I want to put in all of these. That is only 3 teller. That might not be enough. we just top it off with slabs. And why don't we put some pillars over here just to enclose this area, make it feel a little bit more separated from the main public areas. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. So you could walk in here, and then you have the tellers right here. We are going to need some nice rope lines. We'll use a mangrove for that. That one's a little bit different length, you know, just wasn't connected properly. Maybe this one's like kind of off to the side. It's been rearranged a little bit as this place has just kind of been looted and ransacked by whoever decided to come by after the actual apocalypse. And I think I want to lower this a little bit. Let's just bring that down. There we go. I think that looks a little bit more like a teller window. Bring these up. And we're going to need a floor. Now, I didn't plan a lot of space. Yeah, no more dank bank. It's going to be all nice, and you'll actually be able to see inside for once. Okay, some light gets in over there. That's probably why I had that blocked up in the past. We'll have to figure out a lot of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't mind a little bit more light in this zone shining through the door. I might use some light blocks to just expand it a little bit. You preferred the dank bank. Well, I'm sorry to have disappointed then, because it really needs an interior. Let's put this back a little bit. These are our kind of back areas. So we need an actual room for all of the safe deposit boxes. So that's going to be its own thing to figure out. It needs to be somewhere that a customer, I guess client technically would be the word, I believe. Account holder, I think would be better. I need a way that they can get back to the safe deposit boxes, and I might need to move these pillars. They just might be too close. We could do safe deposit boxes on the second level. Or we could have them like down below. But the main vault is just going to be like right back here. So why don't we grab some stairs and round this off a bit. For now, why don't we put it in just a temporary floor of white. There we go. A little bit further. And then, you know, why don't we cut off the sides? So we have all the way up until here to work with. And honestly, I think I'm going to use most of that. I need a good place for the vault. Maybe one of the main vaults is down underground. Because then I could tie it to some of these other underground systems. So maybe... Alright, so why don't we have an open doorway right here. Open doorway right here. And right through here is where they take clients to go to the back area. I do need to put a door on this. We'll just make it look like there's a more reasonable door here by doing that. That would be locked, obviously, but it's not for this. So that would lead back through this area. Into a safe deposit box area for people to store valuables. Yeah, we're gonna need to block off this alleyway soon. That's okay. So for safe deposit boxes, I do have a basic idea of how to make it work. Just something like this. Lots of these. With possibly some numbers on them. We might even be able to make some that look like they're opened. Like when we take a tripwire hook. That doesn't look like a handle as much as I want to. There we go. Those look kind of like locks for each of these. Makes it feel a little bit more 3D. Just want a lot of these. Unfortunately, we do share a wall with this. So we're going to have to make a compromise there. That door was blocked off anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I block it off more. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. Pretty just quick and painless. And we even put some more boxes over on this side. When we pull out some boxes. As if, you know, maybe people had come in here and started rifling through everything when the apocalypse hit. Can't quite put that still there. Why don't we use an item frame to put a something that resembles a key on the floor. Maybe that was used to open it up. Safe deposit boxes are something that I haven't really ever built before. And I'm not really sure how else I would. Because I don't know if I'm happy with this design. We might come back to this. Because the more I stare at it, it just doesn't quite work for me. I mean, I could do the classic thing of putting a sign before you enter the room that just says, so you kind of already, your brain's primed for what you're about to see. I don't know. Why don't we just, in the meantime, okay, wait. This, I need to dodge this. We can, yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, no, that's not going to work with everything else. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by for a bit, Boomsy. Definitely seems like it's been a quiet night tonight. Let's go across here a couple times. There we go. I won't remove that black yet. I might be able to use it for something. But that'll just get that boarded up pretty much for now. So, yeah, it is a school night, I guess. Let's see. Let's go down here. Start filling in the floor, which stay basic white for now. Before I add all of it. Shit, what am I doing? Let's just put the floor in properly. Oh, actually, I don't know if the entire floor back here is going to be that same material. That might just be for the consumer face or the client facing areas. I don't know if I'll even have it like back here. What could I use? I could go to spruce or birch. Or even something a little bit like that. Go to this. Game audio is off again. Should be on. I think it's just quiet. I can turn it up a bit though. Yeah, it's just really quiet. How do you feel about this back here? I don't really like that. Not really a fan. We could go with something like that. That's kind of interesting. It also kind of screams money. Because it's green and marble. I don't know if that's like too gaudy though. At the end of the day, it is a bank. Polished granite. Yeah, I could go with polished granite. Let me grab that. You clearly mean to combine it with this, right? Oh, yeah, that's horrible. Why would you ever suggest that? I'm sure you didn't mean just alone. Yeah, I mean, that does look a little bit cheaper and a little bit more reasonable for the less consumer-facing areas. So client-facing areas. Oh, we edge it with this material. And then make the main part. Where to lock in? Oh, I will. I'm gonna be so locked in while building this. I don't think I have the thing working anymore though. Since I had to clean up some of my OBS scenes. But I am so locked in. So this is still a bank though, so we're gonna have a nice fancy hallway back here. Maybe a little bit of this. Like I could pull out the old technique of doing this to edge the ceiling of a room. Like the idea of a front bank looking professional, high class at the back, just being a complete mess, save on money. Usually it's not a complete mess, but I mean, of course the back areas are going to be cheaper because they don't need to have it facing outward. I mean, the main thing of why they do that is also so they can use stronger materials so people can't like break in stuff. Though for this bank, it is going to be a mess back here because what do you do in the apocalypse when there's no one guarding the bank anymore? You break in and steal everything, obviously. Anyone would do it. Don't say you wouldn't. You clearly would. So now I can do something like this. There's kind of a fun hallway shape. It's a little bit weird, but it's interesting. Has character. Looks pretty elegant still. A little bit of that. Let's see. When all humanity is dead, a man will learn that he cannot eat money. Yeah, I mean, fair. Very fair. So back here, maybe the security office is right here. And this is not any wall we see from any other angle, so I can remove it. Put the security office in there. And to do that, we just do this. We've got safe deposit boxes. What else goes in a bank? I mean, a huge cartoonish pile of money, of course. But oh, there's offices for all the people who actually like make the bank run. So there's also just the math people just upstairs. That's gonna be upstairs though. This will be all of the actual physical money operations down here. Let's go across here. It is going to be so dark in this place now that I think about it. We might have to break some holes into this just to bring some light down into some key areas. Let's use this same material for this room. And why don't we make that multi-monitor setup from the police station again? We get this. We get a piece of spruce. You know, why don't we do this out of dark oak instead? Oh, I don't know if I can get away with that now that I think about it. We'll see. This. I could use light blocks. The one issue with that is there's not meant to be any power here, so I have to really make sure it looks as if there's a realistic way light could get in. If it looks like light could get in, then I feel free to use light blocks, though. But if it doesn't look like light can get in somewhere, I'm a little bit restricted and have to figure out how it could, since that makes it look a little bit nicer. See, we've got the security guy right here. You know, maybe he's got a filing cabinet in here. A bunch of different stuff that he needs for his job. And, you know, maybe just... what else could he have? Maybe just a little plant, a little table in the corner. I mean, it's gonna be dead now. But, you know, at some point. Have a donut? How would I add that? Plastic bag full of coin rolls. See, these are both good ideas, but also how in the world do you expect me to do either of these? Though I do think it can be useful just to throw out ideas and then see if you can do so I'm not gonna act like it's bad to do that. It's not. So how in the world do I do either? Is there anything that looks like either of those? I don't think there really is. Darn. Those both would have been cool though if I could just figure it out. We could also put a little painting in here. That's a little too big. You go across here. I have a plan for the upstairs. This won't be the floor color because I've thought ahead on this. This is going to be only employee areas. You can use a disc for a donut. I mean, here's the great thing about using a disc for that, now that I think about it. You can interpret it as a donut, or if you just don't understand that's what it is, it also works because you could just have a disc for recording something. So it kind of just works out to use that. Let me find a good one. Any of these look like a... Maybe that one? Maybe it's just gone really bad. I'm actually take this one. This could work as one of those paper film rolls the little computers use. Yeah, exactly. I think I might just take one of these because here's the thing. You can interpret it as like 3 different things. So it works regardless of what you think it is. Chair tucked in. We'll leave that right there. I think that's good. So we're gonna need this floor to be flat all the way across here. And then we need a way down to the actual vault. Of course, because you can't have a bank without a bunch of money sitting around. Because that's the whole point of a bank. You have a bunch of money sitting around that they invest and they make money off of it, and then they can send it back out into the world. Let's do this. So this will be our staircase. Right back here. I don't see a need to make this wheelchair accessible since I don't think in a wheelchair you're going to be carrying up a ton of gold bars either. So I don't really see that as a problem for this particular one. Then again, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think we've made anything wheelchair accessible except like a couple buildings with an elevator. This city's not good for that, now that I think about it. Hey, at least I didn't actively add anti-homeless architecture, you know? So, big step in the right direction here. Wheelchair heist ruin. We got you. I knew someone would try and rob the bank using a wheelchair. I predicted it clearly. Let's go down here. I need to design a vault door real quick. Not having wheelchair-friendly architecture fits in with the storm drains not being environmentally friendly. Yeah, this is like an older city, I think. One that really hasn't figured out how to be good to the environment or accommodate everyone yet. Unfortunately, that's kind of accurate in a lot of places. So I can get away with that for this. So I need to make a big metal door. One of my go-tos for metal is actually polished andesite. So why don't we get this? Also, hi Disco and Moth. Welcome to the stream. We are currently trying to figure out what our bank vault is going to look like. I'm thinking like we gotta have like the turny wheel in the center. We gotta. Why don't we go over here for a second, just play around with door designs. It needs to look like a vault door. It really just needs to sell it. I'm very busy with college. Yeah, congrats on starting that. That's super cool. It can be a pain, but it is very good. It's a very good thing to go and do that. Yeah. I would use end rods, but you know. And one block of coal in the center to all the riches. The most valuable resource of all, coal. This is what they've been preparing for. They're gonna have it be turned into diamonds pretty soon. They're just gonna wait for a while. Yeah, I could do copper rod if I just made more of it out of copper. Because I could go with something like... I mean, this would be a pretty good block for that. Let's see, I don't know whether or not I like college as of yet. Yeah. I mean, regardless of if you like it, it's definitely good to go to a college and like get that degree. So I mean, I definitely recommend to keep at it, but I very much hope you enjoy it because it definitely makes it a lot easier. Comically large vault door cogwheel on the front. Oh yeah, that's what I had this for. I'm gonna switch it out now that we're using slightly different materials. This is kind of like my go-to valve. I'm thinking just really big vault door. Like fully like that big. Is that just too big though? That's my one worry. Hmm. This is a huge vault door. I think this might be too big. Yeah, I think this might be a little more than we need. Not big enough. Oh yeah, I see the issue. You're so right. Like I kind of see it. It doesn't have the hinges yet though. Let's see, copper block in the center, copper rods also. Yeah, I could go copper block in the center. Does improve it a bit. Does that look good? I don't know. Like I mean it needs detail, obviously, but it's kind of growing on me a little bit. Let's grab a few other materials. May shine up the side a little bit. There we go. And maybe over here as well. What are we thinking? Is this the door we want? It's going to be open, by the way, so you can get in the vault. You know, I could... Yeah, I can't wait till we get weather copper rods. I so thought we would get to that point by now, to be honest. Because, like, Minecraft Live is in 13 days. I was going to say 2 weeks, but I think yeah, yesterday is 2 weeks. So it's very close. Yet, Copper Age still hasn't dropped. May make the insight part a block wider behind it. Even big. I don't know if I have this much room down there, would be my one issue. Yeah, I think that would just be too big. I don't hate it, though. Why don't we play around with other designs? Why don't we try something a little smaller? Just something about that big. See, I forgot about the other... I forgot about other game announcements since Nintendo Direct I didn't watch. I honestly don't watch most of the game announcement stuff either. I really don't watch a ton of that. I think the only real game announcements I watch are usually just the Minecraft ones and some of that other stuff each year. Instead of giant stairs perimeter, just keep the corner stairs and put trapdoors on the copper rods. I don't think I understand. See, instead of giant stairs perimeter, just keep the corner stairs and put trapdoors on the copper rods. Oh, I could see it. Yeah, I see what you mean. Should make it open, but just enough they can see but can't get in. I could, maybe. I probably have to design it diagonally, but that is definitely possible. Let me grab copper trapdoors real quick. So I think what Disco's suggesting is this, pretty much. Making it a bit smaller and just going here. I don't hate that. See, another channel in my followed area stopped streaming once I joined yours. Do you have something to do with that? Yeah, I figured they would distract you too much from my stream, so well, they're disposed of. Or, actually, what time is it? Sorry, probably not disposed of yet, but soon. Soon. You know, I can't have competition. I think I kind of like the big one a little bit more than this version. I don't really know what else I do. I mean, we could look it up and see if anyone has ideas online. I just realized looking at vault door is just not gonna do anything because it's a type of piston door. Bank vault door. Oh wait, I actually just looked at what these look like in real life. And honestly, it's very similar to what I have. I'm gonna be honest, there's like no designs online that I'm liking when I look around. Except one centerpiece that looks kind of similar. It's pretty much just the same thing I did, but with a darker tone. Not the outside though. Yeah, wow, there's not a lot of good vault door designs. I mean, I'm sure there's good redstone ones, but just decorative, there's just not. Yeah, okay, well, really nothing much to pull from except the idea of just maybe going a darker color palette. So why don't I try that? Let's grab some various materials. Let's see, you can make it facing down like it fell off and hit the floor. Yeah. I don't. I do want to like make sure it's clear what it is instead of just putting a circle on there. I do worry that would be harder to show what it properly is. See, one day Archer will become the only Twitch streamer. Oh yeah, soon, very soon. Bit by bit, it's all going to be mine. So why don't we go with a little bit of andesite in the middle. A little bit of this. Let's see, what can I do about this? Now, what if I used anvils and hoppers a bit? I bet if I got creative with anvils and hoppers, I could make something. Let's just play around with them and see. I actually like the idea of this in the middle. So this should connect, so I can just have that going out to that. So what if I went with something like this? No, because that doesn't work symmetrically. I guess that's not the worst, but I don't know if I like it yet. How about chains? Honestly, that's one of the better designs we've had. I wish I had a darker trapdoor. This is as dark as it goes, and that just really doesn't do enough for this. Looks like the donut in the office. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It kind of does. I mean, that one's not too bad. I mean, it definitely needs some more detail. Like, probably some netherite. No. I will just leave that and build a fresh one. So one thing I did see that was a pretty cool idea is to put buttons on the side. As if these are the little bars that pop out and lock in. So I'll probably do that with whatever design I use. But why don't we look into square design for a bit, because some of these doors are square. We could go with something like this. Like a much more like simple design like this, and then a keypad over on this side. So something kind of like that, a two-part combo. Maybe the doors slide to the side instead of opening inward because that's a lot harder to open. Oh wait, no, because then there'd be no point for the bars, so they'd have to swing. That's the what I was thinking in general. Oh yeah, let me check. Oh, I kind of see it. I kind of see it. I can't have the light on behind it because, yeah, that would just gonna be a problem. You have actual light, but I could see that one. Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of leaning towards this. Something along this line. Wow, bank vault doors actually look a lot like clocks. Yeah, I mean they're kind of clockwork looking in nature. I'm just gonna look at bank vault door. I'm just gonna Google the words bank vault door. Hmm. They're so thick. Okay. I see a design. I might have an idea based on one of these designs. We want to go with something like so now I can go back a little bit into it. Set in some of these things. No. I think I liked having this in the middle. I think we're getting somewhere with this one. Bank vault door disguised as a clock. That would be cool for like a steampunk thing. That could be very cool. This city we gotta keep a little bit more reined in though. I feel like I'm onto something with this design. This is kind of like the best I've felt about one we've done so far. I don't know if everyone's seeing the vision, but I'm seeing something. Clockwork roguelike zone sounds awesome. Yeah, it might work in there. I might add a little bit more moving parkour to that area. It was such like a cool thing to add, but it just took so long to make. I mean, most of it was just figuring out how in the world to do something like that. Because I don't know of any tutorials to do that, so I'm sure someone's thought of it though. This might be it. This might be the design. And do we want a lighter material in the center? Maybe something more like this. Here we are. We use this to make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Steam vents that occasionally turn on, you have to avoid them. That could be kind of cool. I mean, I'd have to set up a whole system for that. Though, I could I could make it work. I can think of a way that would be possible. It would be a completely new system, but I think that wouldn't be too bad. It would just be pretty much just a damage ticker triggering for any creature that is standing in a certain position. Yeah. That's an idea. I think I like this door the most. I think this is our one. Also, I noticed the dripping particle things in the new video. Was that inspired by my suggestion in the abandoned bathroom? Um, Not directly, but it is the same system. Um, you know what? You guys want to see a scrapped video? And know why I want to know how to do that? Uh, yeah, I'm so organized. Dungeon Thing 2. Dungeon Thing 2 copy 1. Right, Dungeon Thing 2. Here's something from a scrapped video. Honestly, some of the ideas from this got put into the dungeon crawler. Oh, I forgot I'm stuck. Oh yeah. I forget that just triggers every time. I think this is the reset button. Crap, I'm stuck again. I've kind of forgotten how annoying this is where it just sticks you in place while you're trying to test it. Okay, but pretty much this was the start of a little like escape room dungeon thing. I think it was pretty cool personally. You walk through here. Oh wait, what's happening behind me? Oh, it caved in. Oh no. Then you have to figure out a way out. So that's pretty cool. That's that's a whole cutscene, but who knows? Maybe I'll use some of that tech in something later. But the actual thing where I first started using particles is just up here, just a little bit of snow that just kind of dripped down through here, including actually I had soul flame candles for this as well. Just using candles with soul flame. This was a fun little thing going on here. And yeah, there's a lot of fun little mini games built in this. I won't show all of them because there's a chance I use some of this stuff again. But yeah, this is all scrapped. Like this is how much goes scrapped sometimes for videos. This is nearly completely done. This one in particular is one of the sillier ones. I'm gonna lose so bad at this, by the way. But yeah, just complete all these little mini games. All right, here we go. You just have to remember which side is which. And just react fast enough. It doesn't seem to be working properly right now, to be honest. Because it's just missing me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, but it just got faster and faster. Yeah, it never got to a full version. A lot of stuff in here is just like that kind of thing. Like in here, this was like a wind burst challenge. Which was pretty hype. Do I still remember how to do this? This is for if you want to feel extremely cruel. Ah. Yeah, but then it like goes all the way up. There's a bunch of these. I won't show all of them. But it was fun. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to Building World. A lot of stuff gets scrapped for videos sometimes. Alright. Why don't we take this vault door And we'll go add it in up there. Now we know it's a 5x5 with a 2-block hinge. We can plan for it. Let's see. Lookers that don't blow up and use occasionally play the sound. That is kind of funny. Just to prank people with. Any intention on adding a boss free play to the roguelike? I mean, I could technically add a boss rush mode pretty easily. Maybe. I hadn't considered it, but I don't know about like a full free play system. Maybe. I guess it wouldn't be that hard to do now that I think about it. I could just generate the one room and then send the player in. So it's possible. All right. Why did I start looking in spawn eggs just now? That's just like okay, yeah, I can think. That's where the blocks are in the inventory. So we're gonna go down here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 probably. Something like Pantheons from Hollow Knight. Yeah, I might be able to. Maybe that one's gonna probably have to be just like a maybe for now. I don't know. To be honest, a lot of the features have just been added once I can figure out if they're like possible or not. The summon system is something. Um, I don't know how many of you have seen the end of the last video, but I pretty much just say that next video is going to be me working on adding a summoning system, which is quite the undertaking. So, I think that will be interesting. And I think I also mentioned what a hint toward the next boss. Which is a trio boss. Which, obviously, a trio boss is a lot harder to make than a single one. So, oh boy. See, I'm messing around with the park commandments. I can't quite figure out how to make them move sideways. I don't think it is possible to make them move sideways, unfortunately. Yeah, I really wish Bedrock and Java use the same syntax. You can do a lot of the same things. I think not all of them. But because Bedrock has a few things Java doesn't have, and Java has a few things Bedrock doesn't have, and I constantly wish for the things that Java has, but at the same time, I wouldn't trade the things that Bedrock has for it. There is a core feature of the roguelike game that I don't think exists in Java. I use the ticking area command a lot to make sure everything's loaded in. If that didn't exist, I couldn't make it work. And it doesn't exist on Java. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to port it to Java, which is tragic. But at the same time, I think once I finish the roguelike game, I'm going to be pretty just done with it and just happy to move on to something else. That's just kind of how I work. Once I'm happy with something, I move on and I don't really look back much. I think that's going to be kind of how this city is. I'll play all the games I want to play in it. I'll build everything I want to build, and then maybe I'll just kind of look back at it time to time and admire it and never really touch it, even the small imperfections. Because I don't want to like mess anything up. Because once you're done with something, the mistakes can be part of it. It's just a bit of that humanity of making art left in it. And there's something just very nice about that. Let's go through here. Through here. over here. One thing I definitely want to add, and is pretty much going to happen. I'm not gonna like 100% promise it, but is very, um, very likely to get added, is proper music. And I don't mean just the copyright free music that I put over this, or I put over like the videos. I mean fully custom music composed for the express purpose of the game. That is one of the things I want to add. I can't compose music, so I'm working with someone else on that. Another thing I'd love to add is actual proper like sound design for different areas and have little sounds that trigger in the background. Which is that stuff? Let's see, Spotify, Apple Music release. That is probably going to be something I need to discuss with the person I'm working with for that. But probably. Do you like pineapple on pizza? This is a mandatory question. No, I don't even like pepperoni pizza. I know it's a controversial take. I am a cheese pizza purist. I don't eat much variety in food, to be honest. I'm not that adventurous. I like my cheese pizza, and that's about it. You know, maybe even like multiple types of cheeses. Oh yeah, maybe even margarita pizza, if you're getting real crazy with it. I know that's a pretty crazy one though. I know. Wait, why am I making this area so fancy? This isn't meant to look fancy. Finally, another appreciator of cheese. Cheese pizza is just good. Nice. We need brick. So we're going to put a big old door right here. Big old security door kind of thing. Can't even look in the direction of your stream no more. How could you? I'm so sorry. I don't I don't eat like anything, to be honest. I have very strange food tastes. I think most people would be disappointed at least some of my takes on food. I'm also someone who just eats it to get by. If I could not eat food anymore, I would absolutely just stop. No hesitation. I just say, okay, I'm done. Yeah, bye. Just not a food person. It's just, it's so essential to life, and that's just, it's such a pain that I have to sustain my bodily functions or whatever. It's stupid. I just want this area to look a lot more brutal. If you could eat metal, would you? Maybe. Depends on how much I'd have to eat to get through the day. I'm the kind of person who will one day, um actually recently, this was within the last week, I had 2 granola bars and 3 of those like little mini Hostess donuts. And that was it. See, it's not childish to like cheese pizza the most. I'm not sure why some people think that is. I've never heard that take, to be honest. That's such a weird take if someone actually thinks that. I mean, I could see people saying it's bland. Fair enough. It is the default of pizza. Like they've got me there. I don't get childish. That's weird. That's a cringe opinion. Cringe. Cringe. Am I cool now? I said cringe. Am I cool now? Am I young? Am I hip? I'm feeling pretty young and hip and hot right now. Actually, I'm pretty cold now that I think about it. It's kind of chilly in here. Alright, let's get some tough bricks put in instead of these walls. If I need ambient sounds for different areas, I'd love to make some. Yeah, if you don't want to help me out with that, I could probably appreciate the help. Sound design isn't as much my strength as a lot of things. It's definitely one of the things I don't know if I'm as good at. I kind of try and be a jack of all trades and do everything really for projects like this, but there are some things I am not good enough to get by with yet. I think that's one of them. Have you ever just drank a whole cup of plain milk? No, I never have. I used to drink a lot of chocolate milk because it was good. Um, the issue is, I kind of just decided it was one of the few drinks I liked, and it was actually like good for me. So I just kind of drank a lot of it until I got sick of it and then stopped drinking it. That's happened to me a lot of times with different foods. I've just really liked them and it's good, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna eat or drink forever for now on, and then I just I mess up. Take my milk business elsewhere. I'm sure chat would love some milk. Just like pour it on them, they'll probably lap it up or whatever. I imagine chat like just a basket of kittens that just like sometimes just like snap to attention, look you straight in the eye, say something, and then just go back to rolling around. That's about how chat is, in my opinion. It's like, oh, look at all these cute little kittens. Oh, look at that. They're so silly. They're so silly. And then they'll be, kill that man. Kill him now. No one will ever believe you that I said this. Now kill that man. Kill him now. Hide the body. And they'll be like, oh gosh, what in the world is happening? What in the world was I saying? He'll never believe you, yeah. He'll never believe me, chat was talking. Touch the cow. Do it now. You know what I think would be a fun stream to do sometime? Just doing roguelike runs. Like just live testing. I think could be really fun. So you guys actually get to see full proper runs or uploading full proper runs. The issue is that would probably not perform as good as normal runs, and then that would hurt viewership on the main ones. So that's why I'd probably have to do it on a stream instead, where it doesn't affect it as much. Alright, so we need to put in the big old door. Oh crap, I just boxed myself into a corner, I just realized. Crap, I didn't think about this. I don't have enough room. Hmm. Hmm. Um. uh. Okay, we make the room bigger. Step one, make the room bigger. We need to maximize our space. We are not efficient enough. We can make this work. It might just be a slightly smaller vault than I wanted. But we'll get it. So the main thing is I need the door to swing outward, because that's how all bank vault doors work. I don't know why, to be honest, but that's how it is. I've never even heard of one that it goes the other way. And if you look up pictures of it, it's all that same way. So that does cause an issue. Yeah. Archer, help him at a trolley lever, and if I pull the lever, one person will be hit, but if I don't, then 5 people will. So which way maximizes the loss of human life? I could use some more souls to collect. Though to be completely honest, when it comes to the trolley problem, I am more of a pull the lever kind of person. Unless it's someone I know. And I know some people try and defend it, like, oh, if I knew the person, you know, I'd have to, because like, or like, oh, you know, it changes things, and they just don't want to admit that changes it. No, I'll admit it. If someone I know is on one side, it doesn't matter. Like, maybe there is a limit to how many people you can put on the other side. But at the end of the day, I have so much more loyalty to the people I know than other people that if I had to make that choice, I'd sacrifice multiple people per person I know. Is that evil? Up to you to decide, because that's how moral dilemmas work. But that's my stance on it, at least. I just realized you're not even going to be able to see this vault door most of the time. No, we can fix it. This is what poor planning does to a person. Just constant, we can fix it. Have you ever tried to eat glue before it tastes delicious? No, I kept my brain cells intact back in school. Moral dilemmas are dumb because they try and make you feel bad no matter what decision you try and make. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes in life you do have to make those kind of choices and decide who you want to impact or what evil is going to happen. I always find moral dilemmas honestly pretty interesting. You know, like, I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there that really make you think. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, they are just like kind of pointless hypotheticals, but that's okay. Sometimes it's just fun to think about. I was about to explain my entire methodology behind why I'd help a person I know over someone I don't. Or sorry, if it was like, if I had to make that choice between multiple people I don't or people I know. But I mean, I don't want to explain my whole like belief system. I prefer to leave that up to whatever you think. Who knows? Who knows what my belief system is? Because to be honest, I don't think that reveals it. But if I actually tried to explain it, it probably would. Let's see, let's make this shape, I think. Go through here. Let's see. I hate when I'm at a convention, I have to choose to save either my best friend or a celebrity from a giant world-eating storm. Oh yeah, celebrity. So that there's, you know, I think about, you know, like you got a group of average people, and then your best friend, and then a celebrity, well, like they kind of have a hierarchy, right? The celebrity's obviously at the top because they're hot and rich. Or maybe they're just rich. So, still pretty good though. I'll take it. Hot take French? Tu as un pomme de terre? Je m'appelle Dolphine. I can speak a little bit of French. Not well, but I do know how to say you are a potato, my name is Dolphin. So that's pretty good. I think those are some pretty important things to be able to say in French. Let's see. Gotta go remember to take brains the dentist away. I don't know if that's quite the phrase, but thanks for stopping by. Let's go over here and put in all of the stone. So now the vault's just gonna be under the stairs. I could just have the vault be closed, now that I think about it. What if the vault was closed? It would probably look better, to be honest. Maybe just no one could get in. Yeah, why don't we just have the vault be closed? Because then I actually get to look at the door. That's so much cooler. Because if it's open, this is the part that faces the wall, and it doesn't look as neat. And I could always make a, like, secret way in. Okay. I'm going to stop looking at chat for just a moment. And I am going to memorize this design, and I'm going to try and rebuild it from memory. It's been a while since I've done this. Usually I take pictures. Okay. I think I have it memorized. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've tried to just memorize a build like that. Let's go quiet here for a sec just to make sure I can actually get this. I can talk. I think I've got it. Oh, that doesn't feel quite right. No, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna just be confident and say, yeah, that's right. Confidence is key. That looks right. Right? No, I just realized I did it wrong, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was stairs on the edge. It wasn't. I was pretty close. I was pretty close. See, what if you made a hole? Let's see. What if you make clothes and have a hole in the back if someone broke in? That would be cute. Let's do that. Silly little hole in the back. Okay, so we go along here. We go all the way along here. We fill in all this and this and this and that. And what we need to put along here is this. We could put like a locking mechanism on the back of this. Try and make it look like it actually like works in some way. How do I do that? Hmm. I don't know if I can make it look as convincing from the back, but that's okay. No, I think I like the andesite better. It also does mean we have a really just eh back to it. So why don't we try and fix that by just putting like this on the back of it? Something like that. Maybe these are the little like bars that stick into things. Some of the mechanism behind the door. That's not too bad. And then if we did like a similar pattern up here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe these are the little bars that retract. So we still have to fit the vault in back here, and that's a total task to try and fit a proper bank vault under the stairs, pretty much. But at least we have a little bit of room now. Oh. That's gonna be difficult. I can hide it. I can think of a way. I just thought through it for a sec, and I can conceal that. So I'm going to need polished basalt. And pretty much I'm going to put shelves up. So some of these. And then just along the top, we'll just, cover the rim with this. And oh, maybe there's like something on this shelf. Just like an old box or something. Wow, it's hidden. Bank vaults do actually have like shelves like this for all the money. It'd be funny if someone just like tunneled in under here or something. Or I might be able to connect it to the sewers. Have it like go from like here to here. Something like that. Maybe even have like a vent. That. All of the money is gone. perfectly placed manhole cover for the sewer pipe that just happens to run directly under the vault. Yeah, just a little bit suspicious. A little bit suspicious, if I do say so myself. We can sneak out through here for now. So this is actually the metro. um, we could connect it to the sewers. Hmm. Trying to think of how that would work. Yeah, I'm not really sure how we're gonna connect this up. We can figure it out. I do like the idea that someone tunneled in. It's just we are very limited on angles of attack here. Which I guess actually makes this a really good bank vault, now that I think about it. Hmm. We could also make it look like someone just like broke in the side or something. But I don't know if that would make sense either. Let's go out through here. We do need to put a ceiling up in there. Well, it looks nice and ominous in here. It is really dark, though. I mean, this is directly above here. We could always make it that, like, maybe some, like, water seep through here and made some kind of connection to the alleyway. That could work. But for now, when we put in some beams, some, like, metal beams to shore up the place. Right here. We go across here. There we are. If anyone has any ideas on how we could connect the inside of the vault design, let me know. It just needs to be something reasonable. There we go. Sinkhole. Yeah, I mean, sinkhole is always an option. Full reliable sinkhole. We want this along the edge of the hallway. All reinforced looking. Hmm. I mean, I could always just sinkhole it. You've got a point. Sinkhole does fix pretty much every problem I ever have, so you know, maybe it would just be foolish not to just build another sinkhole. Let's go into spectator mode. Where does everything line up? So this... I could make that little hole bigger and lead down into here. As if some little mole or something is dug into here. So... I could make it accessible from here. Or we could have maybe some kind of electrical station in the metro. And then the floor of the vault collapse. That could work. But then there wouldn't really be light in here still, which is kind of a pain. That might be okay, to be honest. I don't know if we need light necessarily down there. I think I could use this alleyway, though, to bring a little bit of light into the hallway outside, and maybe add an alternate entrance. Just over here, maybe. Yeah. Maybe like right here. We just built a sinkhole, because sinkhole always works, and you never question the sinkhole. Sinkhole always works, and it will save me once again. Let me just clear my inventory. We have so much junk in it. There we go. Yeah. And how about we go with something like this out here? A little bit of this, and maybe a little bit of dirt and packed mud in here. Sinkhole fixes every problem. Yeah, really, what can a sinkhole not do? There we are. Let's grab a little bit of tough slab. Mix in some tough into this. Since after all, that is the material that has fallen down mostly. And then that leaves a new little access route down through here. Maybe it lost a brick right there as well. Yeah, I like that. I don't think I'm a fan of the new fade effect when you walk into plants like sugarcane on Bedrock. Wait, what? What in the world are you on about? Let me try with sugarcane. What in the... Uh, why does it look like that? It also likes to... No way. No way this happens in creepers. There's no way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is it only sugarcane? Yeah, it's not the... Why does it happen so far away? Oh. Oh, why does it look like that? I don't like that. Oh. You can like see the squares and stuff. No. That's so weird. Why would they make it like that? Oh, looking down at it's just wrong. But what if I want sugarcane to block my vision? Like genuinely. Walking through it just feels so weird. Is there anything else that does that? Or is it just sugarcane? Is here to prevent epilepsy and make the game easier to see. The effect is not toggleable. Someone's gotta make this toggleable. This is... Ugh. In the review version, it applies to mobs? Oh, I don't like it. It just... It just feels wrong. Like when I walk through something, it feels like weirder if it fades out than just, oh, like maybe my character like push past it or something. Having it just fade just feels wrong. Ew. I don't like that. Let's go down here. So this adds a nice little bit of light to this zone. So we can actually admire the door. Alright, regardless, let's get to work on the bank again. I don't even know if we're gonna finish the bank tonight at this rate. Oh yeah, by the way, the control key is falling off my keyboard. So whenever I try and sprint, it just kind of falls off. There we go. I'm absolutely losing control. The detour just had to share that. Yeah, I'm glad I know about it now, but that's ew. It's wrong. I hope they change that back quickly. Right, so this is the office space. I think I'm gonna make this into a cubicle farm mainly. No, we could probably make it a little nicer than that. Maybe certain areas are different. We could use a staircase going up and down. Hmm. We could go up here. Hmm. There's not a lot of room. I've lost control. There's no escape. Just give me some space. Oh, I've seen that exact meme. No, the exact one. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna super glue the key back on there tonight. I would be like, oh, I'll just replace the key, right? The way it is broken, the little prongs that plug into the keyboard are broken inside the slots they stick into. I actually tried to take off the other control and swap them, and that's when I realized that. So I little bit of trouble on that front. Oops. What in the world do I do about this? Alright, we're gonna go here. We'll hide all this in a sec. It's just gonna go onto the balcony. I have an idea. We don't even have to hide it as much like this. Just had a clever little idea. So, right here we have this going down, right? Well, what if I just go along here and I cover this up? You know, looks completely normal. And this gives me an opportunity to put these stairs on the other side of that. It is so dark, I'm sorry. Why don't we get some night vision, actually? I can spell. There we go. And our stairway is working now. Hidden away. So for this whole zone up here, I already have an idea of how it's kind of gonna look. So I need to make the floor look a little nicer, and I think a little bit of green carpet and moss carpet will make that look very nice. A little bit of a mix of those. At least for most areas. And of course it is green like money. And we love money here. We love money so much. I love capitalism. Just makes me tear up thinking about it. Capitalism was a man or a woman, I'd marry it. I will stand by that. Alright, so we need office right here. Office right here. We could put a bathroom right here. Man, Mr. Krabs takes over Archer's channel. Oh, you wouldn't have to take it over. I'd let him. That glorious crustacean. It's beautiful. I can make the bathroom a little bigger. And then I put in some pillars, and then we see how it looks after that. So I gotta figure out where I want these doors. Yeah, that'll do. That's a little off. Wait, why do I care about this wall? This wall literally doesn't matter. Get rid of it. Where's the room with all the coin rolls? There's probably some in here. And quite a few right behind that door. We did that. Over here. know what we'll do on the edge there. Maybe an open area. That could be kind of nice. So 3 like financial advisors slash accountants, and then some bathrooms isn't too bad. It gets the idea across, even if it's not like huge. Hmm. Okay. We also have a little closet or something right there that we can use. So for the bathroom, this is kind of an issue in here. Carpet isn't gonna work in the bathroom, obviously. Which means I need to actually think a little bit more about it. So maybe we'll get back to that. I'm thinking we're going to go pretty just by the book with each of the accountant offices. Also, I am just now realizing how actually massive I've built this bank relative to a lot of the other buildings. There is so much room in here. It is maybe a little bit of a worry now. Oh, I could just put a staircase in here. That can be the way up to the next floor. All the way up there. And then the grand office. So let me put this in here. So we have a bit of room until the ceiling. So I have room to make some pretty nice hallways. Thinking maybe something along these lines. And yeah, this feels pretty good. It's all just about the feel of it. Just how it just kind of plays with everything else. So I go along here. And then I can put in the floor of the next room right there. That's pretty nice for a hallway. You know, this is where all the rich people do their business, and the employees of the rich people. So it is pretty nice. I could actually just ignore putting a restroom in here, to be honest. I don't know if it would add much to the whole vibe. Though it might be a fun detail. I actually might be able to cover up that door with a painting because of its positioning. Wait, I actually think I covered up the other door as well, now that I think about it. I think there's boxes in front of it now. Yeah, I can put black here as well. Sneaky. here. So many financial advisors. I am kind of tempted to Can I just complain about the fact that Java Edition gets underwater ambience, but Bedrock doesn't? I didn't even know they had underwater ambience, to be honest. I had no idea. Where's the room with all the financial corruption? That's going to be on the top floor. Of course. It's where the powerful people are. Absolute wealth corrupts absolutely. Which is why I want absolute wealth. I've always honestly loved just money and business. Something I've always been passionate about. I love selling things or, working with anything business related. It's very fun. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. Yeah, we love number go up, especially when it's my bank account. It rarely does, though, especially streaming. But that's why we love it all the more, because then when money goes up, it's even better. Speaking of number go up, what are we at now? I think that the new video might have already plateaued, which kind of sucks, but yeah, it hasn't gone up much. It's still a 1 out of 10 video, but 1 out of 10, that's really good. It means it's the best performing video as of its amount of time it's been released of any of my last 10, and all of my best ever were in the last 10. So I'm happy with how well it performed. But, number go up is pretty nice. We're at 469 now. Yeah, Frogmere kind of went crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous. I'd say that to Frogmere too, because I'm not gonna lie, it stings a little bit to see Frogmere make a meme reaction video that instantly does better than a game development video that I did weeks on. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm very happy for Frogmere because Frogmere is my friend at the end of the day. So I at the end of the day, I'm very happy for Frogmere. And I'm going to try and siphon away as many of those people as possible by just showing up in videos. And my new plan is I'm gonna get Frogmere to let me into the videos and then just say sub to search or something just over and over. And then I'm sure Frogmere won't edit that out or anything. So that's the big plan. So that's why I'm really happy for Frogmere. Clearly. Yeah, seriously, Frogmere is great. I'm happy for her. Though it comes at a funny time. Because I was talking to Frogmere a while back and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting close to 500. And Frogmere's like, oh, I gotta upload a video so I can beat you to get there. And I'm pretty sure that was a joke statement. And then it actually happened. Frogmere hasn't rubbed it in my face yet. I know it's coming. I know for a fact it's coming. And whatever. She got there first. So I guess she's earned it to rub it in my face. Frog Girl seems rather powerful, yeah. Maybe I should start uploading meme reactions. You know what I should do? I should upload the same. the same thing. Trans meme reactions, except I'm just not trans. So I don't have, and none of them are relatable to me. That's the ideal strategy. No, I wouldn't enjoy making that. So I wouldn't. As funny as it would be to just like be like, hey Frogmer, I'm taking this. You should react to trans memes. It totally makes sense. That's your usual stuff. You know, it'd be funnier. I react to Frogmer's video reacting to trans memes. I know Frogmer would be cool with that. I there's no way Frogmer wouldn't be. But it would be really funny. See, then Frogmer could react to that video. Just starts a never-ending cycle of unlimited content. What if I just become trans for one stream, just for the bit? And then I can react to the trans memes. I think that's the optimal route here. Because then I can act like they're relatable. I'll just for like one day change all my channel profile picture and stuff to just pink. And go to, yeah, Lady Archer 777 for like one day. Oh, I know I'd get so many DMs about it. It would be really funny though. Instant quotable moment. I think I've said crap like this so many times. What in particular is the oh it just popped up. What if I just become trans for one stream? Yeah, fair. You know what's funny? That is not even the only time I've said stuff like that. So for context for anyone else who doesn't know, me and Moth are both on a server that has a quotes channel. And I'm pretty sure there's multiple quotes that are like that for me. Where's the other ones? Um, there's one that's just. There's one that has been a classic for a while. Oh yeah, here's another quote I've said before. I'm transgender, but the gender is kawaii. That one's a classic. Where's the other ones I say? I can't find it. I remember there was a quote when I said I remember at one point I said, "Darn, if only I was a woman." Wait, that gives me an idea. That one I think was years ago though. I'm just very secure in who I am. That I have no problem making jokes like that or having people make it jokes about me like that because it does not bother me. That is the great thing about just being able to build up confidence is you just get to like joke about yourself or other people can. It just doesn't bother you, which is something I genuinely have no idea. Like I wish I could be like, oh yeah, here's the exact steps to become more confident in yourself. No idea. I'm gonna be honest. I just am. I don't know. I wish there was like a way I could be like, oh yeah, here's how you build up self confidence. No, no idea. I just do. I just do as I do, and it works. So yeah, pretty much just do as you do, and then it should work, right? Become truly hollow. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what Hollow Knight's about, actually. Yeah, no will to break, no voice to cry, suffering. Yeah, I guess. I guess, yeah. Uh, was gonna put a sign up outside for bathroom, but I don't know what it would look like. So what is under here? Oh gosh, that is a difficult room to have that directly underneath. I think I can get around it though. So I need a bathroom tile block. Hmm. Now I'm trying to think if there's ever been a chat message that's like actually truly offended me. I don't think I remember any. I mean, there's been some that are like minor annoyances. Like I think one of my least favorite types is like when someone joins stream, I'm like, wow, no one else is watching. It's like, okay, that's kind of rude. But those aren't the kind of like bother me all that much. I'm trying to like think if there's any that like actually have gotten under my skin. Like I can't think of any. Because at the end of the day, none of my viewers are real. So like an AI's opinion, just like a bunch of bots, doesn't really matter to me, I guess. So I mean that's a good way of thinking about it. Everyone's bots except you. Dead internet theory. What's up, my bots? Why that sounded wrong to say. It's been 7 years, Archer. Wake up. No. I'm happy living in my fantasy land. Go away. Come back later. We need smooth quartz. I can't put actual sinks there, unfortunately. Be offended by this message? What? Dude, why would you, why would you say something like that? Why? I didn't know the internet would be so mean. I'm gonna end stream. I can't. I just can't today. Okay, I just had a really hard day, and then people come into chat and say something. Anyway, moving on. We're building a bathroom. Ugh. Sometimes when I do that fake cry, my eyes actually start to like water. Ugh. Oh, you apologize? Okay, we're all good. Hmm. Let's put toilets in. No doors. It's all just out there. You get to stare at the door. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll put in the proper ceiling later. I gotta join stream more after I get quote gold here. Wait, did something else get put in or? Oh, or is it just the other one? Oh, Frogmer just reacted with the transgender fire emoji to the. Yeah, so there's a lot of people on that server. A lot of the people who are VIP are on there. Actually, I'm trying to think if there's anyone who's VIP that isn't. I think pretty much everyone who's VIP is on there. It's a secret. Oh, there's a new one. I just noticed I get them here a lot. Yeah, I just say crap. It's great. I just say stupid things and commit horrible crimes and, build pretty buildings on the graves of tormented children. I'm a VIP and I'm not in this alleged server. Yes, you are. Don't even act like you're not, Disco. You're online in there. You are there. And you're technically not a VIP anymore, you're a mod. So if anything, I should ban you. Because that's definitely how that works. Oops. Please. Want to get banned? Let's see. Financial advisor kind of desk. Let's see. I like the loud thud you get whenever you open the Bible. I haven't opened a book in so long. I'm always just on the move doing something, so I only ever listen to audiobooks. Wait, I'm so stupid. Yeah. Yeah, it's that server. You know what's funny? I am in only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Discord servers. That is it. Um, one is inactive. One is for a thing I can't talk about. One is for actually two of them are for other content creator friends, one of which is inactive. One is just the Helldiver server. One is one for the specific server tag that I use. And then one's just a sneaky private one. One's a Minecraft server, a D&D server, and of course my own server. The funny part about that is of the 10 servers I'm in, I own 6 of them. So I actually I'm not in a lot of servers. I think a lot of the servers I'm in, I just use emojis for my nitro. That's fair. 40, that's like lower than it seems like most people are in. Most people have so many. That's why I have no problem getting like pinged and things. Because I'm in so few. I like sign on to Discord in the morning, and if I have pings, I'm like, ooh, people want to talk to me. And I'm happy about it. Some people are like, oh, you pinged me, how dare you? It's like, dude, you're not that busy. No one's that busy that they have to take the time to get angry about being pinged in Discord servers. Like, that's crazy that people act like that sometimes. 29, that's also a reasonable number. That's not too crazy. So yeah, I could definitely leave some though, and it should. Yeah, that's kind of where I've gotten to on a few of them. I'm kind of only in the ones I need right now. I might cut a few eventually. I am active in all of the servers that I have, except like 3. 2 of those are just to support other people, so I don't really need to be. I don't like paying people in case they angrily type me in all caps. See, I'm always worried I'm gonna minorly inconvenience people, and that is one area where I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna minorly inconvenience anyone. Cause like, if they're gonna get angry about that, then like, okay, not my problem. I'm gonna ping you again. Aggressively type. That is aggressive. It's pinned now. Oh my. Jeez, tone it down a bit, dude. What the heck? You can't be saying that. Oh no, the consequences of my actions. Yes, yes, yes. I am gonna majorly inconvenience all the people. You should add everyone. You know what's funny? I have given people in a server I'm in, every person, permission to add everyone. And it's a server with like 20 people in it. So like not too many, but not that many. And I've just said use it wisely. And no one ever uses it because everyone's always just too scared to. Oh no, I see Disco typing in that server. He's about to add everyone, isn't he? Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh, no, he stopped? Okay, fine. Crisis averted. Got scary there for a second. I was just testing if it was my thought. Yeah, it's that one. I don't think I'm that good at running Discord servers or making them, but I've been asked multiple times to set stuff up. There are people who just like trust me enough to just be like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Here's access to like my entire account. Have fun. It's like, oh, okay. Like one of my friends a while back couldn't figure out something with A/B testing on a YouTube thumbnail. So they added me as a manager on their channel, and I'm like, oh, you forgot to unadd me as a manager. And they're like, no, it's fine. You can just be one. I'm like, what? Do you expect me to do anything? And it's like, no, it's fine. Just in case I like need help again. I'm just saying like, what? You, like they're just gonna just give me manager for no reason. Like, okay. Like, okay, I guess. I guess I'm a manager. So yeah, there's a YouTube channel out there that one of my friends has that I am just a manager on. I can upload content. I could go on there today and just upload something deranged anytime I want, but I wouldn't do that because that would be a huge breach of trust, as funny as it would be. Though, to be honest, that person probably would think it's funny. Uh, I wouldn't do it anyway. It's crossing a line. Everyone just seems to like trust me way too much. Like, I feel like everyone I know knows I'm really good at lying. And also just trusts me way too much for knowing that, which I guess is a great compliment. I mean, I take it as a very nice thing because they're like, oh yeah, I'll just give you access to this. I'm like, cool. Oh, hi, Frogmer. Free manager firms, I like being drained. I don't know if Frogmer has changed it, but I think I currently have access to just go live on Frogmer's channel. I think I still have Frogmer's stream key. I don't know if she reset it. And Frogmer is here, so Frogmer can confirm or deny that. I don't know if I have the up-to-date one. But like technically I do have it. Oh yeah, you do, yeah. Because there was something we were gonna do for a collaboration one time, which would still be really fun to do. I actually think we should still do that at some point, but we were gonna stream it on a bunch of channels just from mine. Let's see, yeah, how many channels can I go live on right now? I think we were trying to get Mega to give it to me as well. I had Enders for a bit. I think he changed it. Technically, I could go live on 5 channels right now. You get the Professional Gaslighter Award if it existed. Well, thank you. Gaslighting is so fun, but it's so mean. I feel bad about it, so I just only use it in D&D. You know, if recreational gaslighting. Oh, crap. We'll make the roof taller to accommodate painting. I kind of need that painting in place. Half the servers you're in are for tags, but why multiple? Because you only can have one tag at one. I guess if you want to change it around a bunch. The only server I'm in is for the Lich tag, and it's actually I own the server. So if anyone ever wants the Lich tag, I have it. That one's mine. We just have a couple of our local necromancers boosting the server. I essentially just figured out that people are probably going to want that tag. So I went and got it. and then I boosted it for like the first month or so. And then I, after that, said, oh, I can't afford to do this anymore. Can someone else boost the server? And then I've just not touched it since. So that was a pretty good move in my opinion. So now I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's pretty hype. Truly a business move, yeah. I felt a little bit bad because that was like my whole plan from the start. I knew where the end game was already. But you know, it's just business. It's not personal. I gotta figure out where I can detail. Oh, I can't right there. Let's see. Barbara, you should send an invite to the Lich server. If you go and click on my name and or the Lich tag next to my name in Discord, you can go and join it. Farmer's in there. Wait, is Farmer still Lich? No. I know for a while I think Meander and Frogmer all had it. I think eventually I might retire that server and just if it was boosted enough, if my crypt ever got boosted enough, I'd just put it there instead. And then just delete the other server so I don't have Lich tag competition. Is that wrong? Who knows? I don't think so. It's my server, I can do what I want. I would feel a little bad though. Maybe I'd keep both. I think this server has to be public to be able to join. It lets me see the name of the server. Wait, what? Should be public. No? I actually don't know how to make it public. People have just been joining, but huh. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no idea. I think people who are in there can send invites. So, I don't know, maybe one of the people in there can help you. I think I want to put this on the ceiling. It looks a little bit nicer. Welcome to the Lich server mod. Anyway. So I'm realizing that the single thing, so I said there was like, oh, maybe we have like 2 or 3 streams left before I finish this entire city. It has taken an entire stream and I'm not done with the bank. The bank is so big. I don't think I'm going to use all of the space inside the bank. I think I'm going to put one more office up top, but I'm honestly worried about finishing this even this stream. I'm not going to speed up too much though, because at the end of the day, quality matters more than how fast I get done. But oof. Yeah, it's something. 4 archer servers collected. I think you're in every one you can get in. One of them is very specifically only for some people I know in real life. One of them is for cobbled together events. So technically you could get into cobbled together events. You just have to become a content creator and make a bunch of videos and get enough of following to get in there. So technically that one's possible. That one's like the hardest though, by a long way. Honestly, I want to do cobbled together again. Maybe that'll be my next big thing after finishing the roguelike game. That might be the next one in the lineup. Cobbled Together 3 would be hype. I have so many ideas I want to do. It's just so hard to organize. Oh my gosh. And just, I'm going to be honest. I like working with content creators, but you have to be a certain level of self-centered to want to do that. I'm not going to act like I'm exempt. I would say I'm better than most, but you have to be a certain level of full of yourself to do that kind of stuff and thinking like you're so very important. And holy cow, is it hard to work with some of these people sometimes. I think the most annoying thing that's happened during events in the past is some of them just deciding, I'm bored, I'm leaving, and then they'll just leave. Like, I'm gonna go get lunch, and then they just like leave, as if everything's gonna stop for them. Crazy. And that's such a pain for me because like mid game I have to get substitutes in. Oh, it is the most stressful kind of content I've ever made. It is so hard. Though I do really enjoy the end product usually. Um, but holy cow, is it a lot of work in the moment. It is so much work. But there will hopefully be a Cobbled Together 3 at some point. I really want there to be. That's not wrong, really. Some of the other content creators are actually crazy. I remember people mid-game leaving. It's just, I don't get it. Yeah, it's crazy. There's some really nice content creators. In fact, I was annoyed enough after talking with some people, and I'm like, I was gonna like talk about on stream one time about like who I'm particularly annoyed with, and then I thought, you know what? I want to put out like a tweet or something about some of my favorite people I've worked with. So I did. So that's what I put out instead, because that's a lot more positive and happy. So that there's a tweet somewhere out there of some of my favorite people I've gotten to work with over the course of various collaborations, who were just particularly lovely. One of which I will be working with again soon. I don't know if directly. Let's see. Gotta go find this tweet. I'm sorry, Farmer, I don't think you're on there because we had met like a while before that. So I apologize if you're expecting to see yourself in there. Because Frogmer's, you know, one of the most just evil and horrible, cruel people I've ever met. So Frogmer just can't really get into that area. Let's see, let's grab this. That's fair. I didn't expect to see myself there, as everyone knows I'm a horrible person. Exactly. The Frogmare hate is crazy. Yeah. Yeah. The jealousy goes wild. This is gonna be my jealousy arc. Because we all know I'm an extremely jealous person. Genuinely, though, I really try not to compare myself to other people if I can. Especially in like negative ways. It's just like worth it. I think striving to be like people who you see as like inspiration is good, but just trying to constantly compare yourself to people is just only going to end in disappointment because you're not those people. You're your own person. Man, I feel so wise spouting the most like generic wisdom of all time. I should do this on a podcast. If I ever face reveal, one of the things I want to do is I want to make a channel that's like parodying one of those like alpha male podcasts. And it's just the most like unhinged crap ever. But like even worse. But also like really off topic usually. So it's like a podcast format, like one of those alpha male podcast clips, but it's just wrong. I want to do that too, actually. It would be so good. One of the things I'd love to do is do like um a D&D thing with the Ace in the Roll cast in person, or even some people. Maybe someday. Me and Farmer have talked about it, but it's hard to get that all organized. The issue is two of the Ace in the Roll cast are in EST and two are in MST. There is an entire time zone between those two. There's central time between those. It is a long way. So getting that all sorted out is a pain. I need to get lessons on how to be a cool person from our shirt. Yeah, you probably do. If you pay me like $5,000, I'll tell you some generic advice if that helps. Step one, don't spend your money on people who say they can make you a better person. And then I will take the money and then run away. That's my plan. That's the course syllabus. So this is going to be our bank owner's office in here. I don't like how this staircase just like pokes out of this area. Let's see, we could make a door over here. Let's see. We could do something like this and then just ignore this room. I don't like that. The banker has pillars of Rice Krispie and I want some. It does kind of look like a Rice Krispie tree. A little bit. Yeah. This staircase isn't steep enough. And I can't make it really steeper. I'd be happy if it was even one block. We could do this. Hide all that under there. Honestly, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I should go to bed at some point, probably, maybe. Well, you know, once the demons arrive, then it's too late. They will be with you shortly. They have other business to attend to at the moment. Chat, who are you? The crawly one, the big one, or the little quick one? Of the shadow demons. Real ones know what in the world I'm yapping about. And by real ones I mean the shadow demons. I'm the quick little one. I'm actually not sure which one I'd be. I'm definitely not the big one. I'm definitely not the giant rat that makes all the rules. You know what? Without context, I'm realizing I probably just sound insane on most things. Which, yeah, I think that's good. I like that. I'm fine with that. What are the options? There's the crawly one. There's the big one that just kind of wanders around hallways. Then there's the little one that dashes around. The crawly one's the scariest of the three. It clings to ceilings to ambush you. The others are less actively aggressive. You know, the big one will occasionally rush at you in a hallway. Kind of small. Are you also the small, quick one like Frogmer? I might be the crawly one, to be honest. The more I think about it, I think I'm the crawly one. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss hallucinating from, like, blood sugar. Is that wrong? Like, it was kind of funny, though, to talk about. There was so much material to make jokes about and, like, deranged stories to be able to tell of actually having hallucinations. That, like... No, actually, it was horrifying most of those times, actually, now that I think about it. See, it's really funny afterward, but when you see a like 4 to 6 legged humanoid creature drop from the ceiling, it's a little worrying in that exact moment. So yeah, some dreams are best dreams. I didn't say I want them in real life. Oh no, but I do think it would have made really good content if I could have just had them for a little while longer so I could get more stories about them. Maybe I should just eat worse. Actually, that might bring them back. If I'm going all in with my moth persona, then I'd be Crawly. To be honest, I think the quick fast one would be a better moth. It could be a moth, to be honest. That one I've never really gotten a good view of. Also, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm yapping about, I used to have some like minor hallucinations when I had like I think we boiled it down to like probably blood sugar issues. When I started eating better, it fixed it. And I used to just see like shadow people that I decided to call the shadow folk. I haven't seen them in a while because, well, I'm not under the circumstances that would cause them to appear. Which is a little bit sad, you know, I miss them. Not the crawly one. The crawly one was scary. I'm not gonna lie, that made my heart like probably stop every time it showed up. It only showed up a couple times. In fact, actually only, I think, once, but it left a lasting impression. It's so weird. It's so hard to describe what actually like seeing something that's not there is like for it. It's so convincing in the moment. Even if it's just like a shadowy blob like it was for me. I can only imagine what it's like for like an actual someone who like actually has like more vivid ones that aren't just like blobs. Like I feel so bad for anyone who has that. That's horrifying. Truly. I've never had audio hallucinations either. It's been so long since I had any. And no, I've never done like drugs or anything before anyone questions that, but man. It's freaky. It shakes you to your very core. Until you get used to them, and then it's like, ooh, I know that one. I know that one. I named it. I named that guy. Let's see. Oh, I should read out all that. That seems more personal. Let's see. It's very easy to go out to realizations. Just don't sleep for 50 hours and start hearing your family calling your name. I feel like I hear people calling my name in public. Anyway. Doesn't help that I have a really common real name. So they actually might have been most of those times. Let's see, what can I put in here? Actually, I have auditory hallucination a lot now I think about it. I mean, like, properly, like, full ones, not like minor things. I think most people have, like, minor ones where, like, they hear, like, a little something. But, like, full on. It's John. No one saw that. Shh. Shh. You didn't see that. You didn't see that, chat. These are not the droids you're looking for. I think the longest I've ever been without sleep was 36 hours. It was brutal. I did not enjoy it. It was the only way to properly reset my sleep schedule, unfortunately, and oh my gosh, it sucked. Do not recommend it. Yeah, I was afraid of sleeping once every night. I kept hearing and yelling stuff. I tried to best to sleep. Oh, that's so scary. I'm sorry. The scary part with stuff like that is sometimes it can just make you like believe it more. It could be really scary. I mean, I'm pretty open with most of just like anything I've struggled with, to be honest, because at the end of the day, I don't care. I can talk about whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's some stuff I probably wouldn't solely out of just that it's a little just too heavy. Um, though then again, most of those things I've already turned over on stream at some point when I wasn't fully thinking about how dark it would be in the moment. So, oops. As the great dungeon master Brennan Lee Mulligan would say, there is no corner of my heart I wouldn't turn over for a couple points. I'm going to put up some paintings in the hallway. So I actually have an idea for what these would be. I specifically want this one over and over. I'm imagining these are the previous bank owners. I feel like this room feels like it's set up like a boss battle. Yeah, this is probably bad. I talk about my life on Makani career because I'll say too much. Yeah, that is probably smart in most cases. I would say that. I have gotten very good at knowing the exact amount I can say while staying safe and not saying anything too dark. Like I would recommend for anyone who just like starts making videos, don't talk about your life too much. I've been expecting you looking room. It really is. I was actually about to change it and put a door, but this is so much funnier. There's it feels like you're walking into a boss battle. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Oh, you know what makes it even better? Okay. This might be a little cartoonish, but like it's reasonable enough. I'm gonna add it. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Wait, I don't know if I can fit what I was gonna do in this size. Let's see. I'm rather open about stuff I struggle with. I don't extremely talk about. Let's see, I don't exactly talk about some stuff. Most of I've deal with is somewhere on the internet. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's good to talk about that kind of stuff. Because it just you know, it lets people who are actively going through that stuff and don't want to talk about it know that they're not alone out there and can hear from someone who's like had to deal with that and made it out better than they went in. That's why I've talked about stuff like that in the past. I think it's beneficial. This is perfect for boss battle, I cannot lie. Yeah, it really is. Needs a spinning chair, the villain with a twirly mustache and a cat you could pet. Exactly. Unfortunately, I can't really make a spinny chair easily. I just made the same window. What am I doing? I was gonna put up a dollar sign, but I think it's a little too small. I don't know if I can fit that in this room. Unless you talk more about certain things, firmware. Yeah, firmware's talked about a good few things, I know. It's good to talk about that stuff if you're confident with it because it's good for other people to hear, to be honest. And we've really gone deep this like I feel like this is one of the streams we have a deeper conversation, but I don't mind it. It's good. It's still chill, and that's what's good. So I want to have a giant dollar sign up here. It would be really funny. Wait. Oh, this is how I did it up here. That's very different than what I just did. Here we go across here, up into here, and over here. This is a boss battle. What am I doing? I'm just building a boss battle room. Let's see. This is so silly. Is this too cartoonishly evil? Is this too over the top? It's like dollar sign. Yeah, I gotta I do need to put the line through it. So here's my idea for that. It's so silly looking. Excellent, I love it. Yeah, this is certainly a statement piece right here. Do I leave this? Do I... You know what? This is great. I'm leaving this. I know I've kept fairly realistic with like this whole build, but like rich people have no taste. Yeah, green stained glass window is exactly what I was thinking for this. So if I go down one like this, you match the hallway below. I gotta make sure it's like framed as you walk. It's so perfect. Oh, it's like kind of perfect. Oh, it's really good actually. Let's see. This is a perfect boss battle room. Who's the boss? Me, I'm the boss. I'm the rich man who lives in his house. What did I didn't read it. What in the world did I just say? That was just not anything. Dude, I got possessed by a goblin. Oh, my lip is bleeding out while shaving earlier. Ow, that hurts. I've actually don't think I've ever cut my lip while doing that, but that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Have I talked about on stream my facial hair situation? It's really strange. I always, if I just don't shave, I just automatically grow a Van Dyke. Which is, actually, let me double check it's a Van Dyke. I'm thinking. Let me double check. Yeah, basically that. Okay. So imagine like the cartoon evil like devil mustache and little beard. That's like what my facial hair goes to automatically. And honestly, I don't think I look that good with it, so I just don't keep it. But it's just that's what it goes to. It's really weird. I should just be the devil for Halloween some year. Wait, this year. There's a Halloween party I host with some friends every year. So I still actually have to think of Halloween costumes. You know, I gotta make sure it's good every year. Yeah, I should be the devil. I'm like part way there already. I could just quit shaving now and just go full on evil. Get the full like mustache gel and like curl it on the ends. Start just wearing a suit with like a maroon suit with a red tie. I could just, you know, horrify people. Um, just show up to a church. I wouldn't do that. That would be so offensive. That'd be so, that would be really offensive. I would not do that. I respect religions, even if they're not mine. Which I don't think I don't plan on anyone finding out what religion I am because I don't really think anyone needs to know. That can just be my own thing. I think Disco knows, but no one else needs to. People I don't know in real life don't need to. Because it's not important at the end of the day. Believe what you want to believe, whatever makes you happy. You don't? Oh, that's actually surprising. Well, then I've done a really good job not talking about it. Let's go through here. Put in all these. Yeah, I don't think it's anything I'll ever talk about on stream or in the videos. I don't know why I would. Let's see. Eliminate atheism and agnostic with that statement? What statement is that? I actually don't. I was actively trying to not eliminate any. Oh, because I said what religion I am. I technically count atheism as agnostic in that. I more meant what belief system, but or maybe I messed up a little bit. Anyway, who knows? But I'm gonna pretend like I didn't mess up there. Yeah, I don't really care what religion. That's your religion is. To be fair, at the end of the day, who cares? Not like it affects me exactly. That's how I feel about it as well. Doesn't affect anyone else. Who cares? This is so cartoonishly just greedy. This feels like the Church of Money. As long as you're a good person, I don't care what your religion is. That is such a base statement right there. I fully agree with that one. That's really good. Be a good person. That is the best thing you can do. This is such a funny looking room. She the Church of Money. Finally, we found it. The Church of Money. Praise be the almighty dollar. The vaulted ceiling is a nice touch. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We gotta put like a chandelier or something in here. It's just funny if it's just so over the top. Like this is what all the money in this bank is going toward, just building building this cartoonishly evil lair. See, it'd be just beautiful with a green and gold glass roof. Ooh. Gold would actually be really nice to add in. It would look so bad because it's so gaudy, but at the same time, that makes perfect sense. Oh yeah, I could do a glass roof. How far are we from the roof? Yeah, we could do a glass roof. So how am I gonna approach that? Maybe just with like the classic no, we need stairs. This is a stair situation. Oh, I could make this a way to drop down. So here's what I'm probably gonna do for this. So if I go right here, oh wait, these need to be thicker. Because I need to make this look good on the outside too, because this is a parkour thing at the end of the day. I actually don't know. I don't know if I can get away with glass roof. I think that might be too much. In this position with all the other buildings, I just don't think I can make it look good. From interior, I could. There's something I can get it from every other angle. What I can do is just gold. We love gold. Yeah, this is atrocious, but yeah, that's rich people for you. The evilest, greediest religion, eating money. That's what they've been doing here. They've been eating money this whole time. We love gold so much. It's so pretty. Definitely not gaudy at all. It's so cartoonishly just over the top. More gold. Sistine Chapel roof painting, but it's just gold. Oh wait, I can't do that because I don't have gold slab. The Chapel of Riches. So what if we just take this all the way up now? That's honestly kind of huge. It's so just it's kind of making me die on the inside to build this because it's so just not good looking. But at the same time, the effect I'm trying to get is someone who doesn't have taste but has riches. And I think we're getting that effect. Man, that is so awful. Dude, this room is so stylish. I'd buy a room like this if I made minimum wage. Yeah, minimum wage. This is the kind of place where that can set you up. Pretty good. I could have it on the entryway as well. No, that's a little much. Just do the trim. Emerald stud walls. Maybe a single diamond block on the ceiling. Oh yeah, I need a light in here. My chair just squeezed against my desk and makes just strange noise. Oh yeah, I said in an L-shaped desk. Um, for gaming. So that's pretty cool. Honestly though, love to have the extra desk space. Genuinely game changer. Very much recommend an L-shaped desk. So much better. So, me finishing a shift at my minimum wage job and driving home in my Lamborghini. Exactly. Dude, this guy's a human skull on his okay, that's too far. That's too much. I can't. Why don't we come back to this room? To Newton's Cradle or one of those drinking bird things. That's like all that's in the room. It just does nothing. I should get an L-shaped desk. My desk is too small already. I keep it in the corner of my room. The room I'm in is currently set up with this desk in like the middle of the wall, so it does just extend into the middle of the room. It practically like sections it off into like 3 zones, which is also kind of nice. I actually I don't mind that too much. I can kind of designate areas. It's nice to keep different things separate in life that just don't really go together. It's just good for your sanity. Know where you work and you game, and if you can separate that kind of thing and afford to do that, it is good for your mental health. Especially if you're working, gaming, sleeping, eating, and everything else in the same place, that could be really bad on you. There's honestly I think I actually remember a good video on it that I'm like, wow, yeah, I already do that. That's really great. I saw from CGP Grey a while back. That was just called Maximizing Misery, if I remember right. Very good video if you want to make yourself really sad. AKA, you should probably watch it if you're trying to organize your living space to be something that's easier to be happy with. Yeah. I'm high and back and instantly heard you talking about Sandy. Yeah. We're getting a little sane in here. I take game and sleep in the same room, but I make sure to keep it on separate sides there. That's at least something. That's at least like something. It's worse to just sit in your bed forever. As long as you can like keep it feeling like a separate space, it's better for your mind. Honestly, one thing I started doing maybe about a year ago, and I really should get back into is meditation. It's really nice, just to be able to kind of relax like that. But I've kind of stopped doing it over time, and I should really get back into it. Let's go up here. See, this for like a separate space, and I make sure it stays that way. That's good. That's the way it should be. I've heard that standing desks can be great for posture, and I want to get one that changes height, but they're really expensive. Yeah, I've actually used one. Um, there was a bit. Actually, I technically still have it set up somewhere else. There is a standing desk with a walking treadmill underneath it. I guess maybe I could run on it. I haven't really tried, and that's really nice. I haven't been to that place in a while, so I haven't really used it as much. I've been mainly here. So silence gives me anxiety, so I don't think I could try meditation. Yeah, maybe not. I've been really successful with meditation a few times, but it is hard. And I was talking to someone about it, and they're like, "Well, that's why they call it practicing meditation." And that kind of changed my outlook on it. It's like, oh, every time I do it, I get a little bit better, and I can kind of focus in on it more. You know what? Maybe I'll do that tonight. I think maybe I will. It is actually really nice. If you can actually get fully into that meditation state. I've only been able to do it like 100% fully a few times, and it is so nice. And you just feel so good afterward. You just feel so clear and refreshed. It's like the feeling when you get out of the shower and feel all nice and clean. New set of clothes, just like maybe a little like damp from the shower, and you just feel nice and clean. Um, it's like that, but your mind is the best way I could describe it for anyone who hasn't done that. It's really nice. I don't know if I'd say it's like a game changer, but it's good. It's been a while though. I remember one time I was playing Minecraft and I was a little bit stressed out about other things going on. And I had been talking back and forth with Ender in Minecraft chat. And I just went silent for a bit because I'm like, I'm finally gonna try meditating. And I was so successful that time. I like fully like came back to reality at my piglin farm, and I'm like, wow, that felt great. It's so nice. Nothing like a good piglin farm meditation. Let's go along here. My mom is a physical therapist, and she's taught me some exercises to make super relaxed, like tapping on pressure points across the body. That's also very cool. Honestly, there's some things that are kind of in the same vein that I honestly think are pseudoscience, but here's the thing. There's one thing that I can give pseudoscience credit for, and I'm not gonna say that is because I honestly don't know exactly what that is. But that just kind of got me thinking about a different thing that has bugged me in the past. Um, and who knows, maybe even meditation might fall under that category. I'm not gonna make bold statements on that, to be honest. I don't know enough about it. Um, you still get the placebo effect, as in sometimes your mind can just trick you into thinking something's working, and sometimes even make real effects that it thinks are happening. It can just trick you like that, which means sometimes even things that don't work technically work, which is really dumb, and hard to explain. So that's pretty cool. But there's a few things in that vein. I don't know exactly what Disco's mom does. That sounds like it's real though. That sounds like actual like real massage stuff. Because massages, that's just real. You can delete YouTube chats. I don't I don't remember how, to be honest, but you can. I know you can. To be honest, there's a couple things I disagree with that like probably would be controversial. I don't think are effective. I remember I got into a long debate with someone about something like that. I'm not gonna bring it up here. It was funny. Grandma, you can click the message and press remove. Yeah, that is true. At least it should be. Which is this message disappears. Oh wait, Frog, are you still a moderator? Oh, that one's gone. Okay, I thought you were getting delete apples or moths. I had to reset my list of moderators on most things to add the new set because there's kind of a limit, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what it is, but I feel like there was a limit. Unless I'm just crazy. Is there no limit? No, I swear one of the times I tried to add someone it said it didn't work. Or was that on Twitch? I don't know. I'm not gonna look into it right now. But yeah, I just swapped out the same number of people. I might remod Frogmer at some point. I just cleaned out the old list. Which is really funny, because I think genuinely this is the first stream since then. I was like, oh, Frogmer's not on stream that much. It's not gonna affect anything, and then oops. Oops. Did multiple persons try and try it out to prove that it's not placebo, but they got proved wrong. I mean that sounds like it's just actual massage stuff. So that's not anything I have a problem with. I'm not gonna get into the list of things I think are actually just placebo though, because that's its own whole thing. But that sounds real. Alright, why don't we put a vent or two on top of this, and then maybe we'll wrap up. There's much more to do. This place is currently looking good as new, and we can't have that. So we'll fix it. Eventually. Never want my placebo-ist birds. Yeah, they're fake. We all know birds are fake, obviously. Who doesn't? Yeah, let's put some vents over here. There we are. I don't know if I need to put much more up on this roof. Because we already have a Wi-Fi thing over there. Oh, actually, why don't we put a few more vents on this edge? Yeah, I kind of like that. What if I went along here with like this? I don't know what that is, but it's pretty cool looking. If but birds are fake, then what are pigeons? What in the world are you? What's a pigeon? Pigeon? What in the world are you talking about? Wait, it wasn't birds eating my moth army? No. It was Frogmer. This whole time. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you. Where is water spout? Oh yeah, I could add a little gutter. Slash water spout thing. Shoot, why don't we go a little bit more to the side with that? I could run it down through here. Like all the way down. Oh, I missed a block. Oh, there's a couple. Oops. Yeah, you might be in danger of frog eating, yeah. It happens. It's nature. Truly beautiful. There we go. There we go. A little water spout that goes all the way down. Or a spout into the Rain World Alley. It's finally raining. I'm gonna break it like that a little bit, I think. Maybe this is actually what broke this. Just the water constantly pouring on it from rainstorms. So I just looked into chat to see Disco saying, "Ooh, look, I have a pretty lamp. You want the lamp so bad. Ooh." Just like so funny about that to me. Uh there we go. It doesn't even look that different from the outside, to be honest, but holy cow, this is gonna take a while to detail every little bit of it. Make it actually feel crumbling. Issue. Hide it. This is what we do. We hide things. We're good at this. Let's go here. Go along that. Shank, do this quick. Oh, those aren't framed quite right. Actually, that doesn't look that bad, to be honest, having it like that. I'm not that mad. It's kind of okay. I guess it does kind of limit my options with this next bit a little bit. Because I was thinking of doing something like this. You know, a little bit different molding than everywhere else. I was like shaking it up a little bit here and there. Oh, I did just realize, but yeah, this is a nightmare. We'll figure that out later. Oh, you know what? One thing I really want to do that I think would be funny, if I had more viewers, I would need so many more for this. I think I'd need minimum 10 active chatters, um, to make it happen. So more than we get, to be honest. I think it'd be really funny to do a D&D campaign where I get like maybe like two real people in a call, and then the third player of the party is just chat as a whole. Would be really funny. Like I let chat like make a character pretty much and then play it. Would be really fun. Be a player called Dibs. Who knows if you'll even be in existence anymore when this happens. After the cataclysm. On that ominous note, I think it might be time to end the stream. We've done a lot of good work on this today. I need to put back some of the windows and work out a lot of little details next stream. But well, we here. Let's see. It'll be like those Astral Spiff streams where chat type plays FNAF by typing commands. I was thinking more Doug, but yeah, basically. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you haven't seen it already, I very much recommend the most recent video, the fourth part of the roguelike series. So, I will. Wait, you saw the 2 Archer? Oh, yeah, of course. I donated to the Rosa stream this year. I do most years. I love watching Doug. I think he might even still be going on that one. I don't actually know, I haven't checked. He was going when I started this. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And I'll see you guys in a future stream. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. Bye, everyone.